everybody to the February company update, and hopefully everyone's doing great out there and had a good start to the year. Things are going great here at Wilmer Electric. So far we've had no safety incidents at all this year, and on that note we want to announce that we are very happy and proud to say that we have achieved the STEP Diamond Level Award with ABC nationally. It's a big deal. Wilmer Electric has never achieved this level before, and it is the highest level of STEP and safety performance that ABC has. So you will see a lot about that as you go about the year. We will promote it, we will show ourselves off, and brag about the excellent focus that Wilmer Electric has on safety, because it's about the people, and we're people making a difference for people, and safety is all about people and taking care of ourselves and working together and working with the people around us to make sure that we're maintaining a safe work environment. So that's the exciting news, and that's the first thing we want to start off with. The second thing is in February is review time. So with a few exceptions, a few people get done in late January, but most of us are going to have our annual reviews in February. And it's the annual performance review. The wage review will come later in March and April, but the performance reviews will all be done in February. So you should be looking forward to that. You should be getting it on your schedule here in the next few days to weeks with your supervisor. What I want to do is encourage you to go into that meeting prepared yourself. Be ready to discuss your performance. You're going to be asked questions about how you're doing in various areas. You're going to get feedback from your supervisor, good and bad, probably for how you can improve what you're doing well. But make sure you come to the meeting, many of which I'll be sitting in as the human resource person. And we want to know your insights. We want to know what you think you need in the way of education. What do you think your strengths are? Where do you think you've really shined? And also any cares or concerns you might have as a company. That's why we include HR people. It's why we have the process, so there can be a give and take and a chance for feedback as we, again, try to develop the people that we work with and make ourselves better company to work for, and better co-workers to just kind of an understanding for what their job requires. So it should not be a confrontational meeting, it should be a chance for growth, and that's what happens here in February. So we look forward to those. The third thing I want to talk about is we recently did some SWOT analysis and cast a wide net across Wilmer Electric and got responses back from almost 50 people about our strengths, weaknesses, the opportunities that we have in front of us, and the threats. And I just want to highlight what I got for feedback on that topic. So I'm going to do a lot of looking down at this sheet of paper in front of me as I go through highlighting in particular the strengths and weaknesses we got in that feedback. First off, the strengths. None of these were a surprise. Training, that was the number one strength that everybody saw. And they talked about training on all levels. The leadership training we do, the safety training we do, the apprenticeship training we have. They noted that it's great that we have an in-house training staff. Talked about journeyman prep class and all those things wrapped together under the umbrella of safety, and that was the number one strength that people got back to us with. Another one was technology, that we are on the cutting edge of technology. Particularly, people like to highlight Procore and the way in which we use Procore out in the field to get our jobs done, and some other technology things. Our reputation and our ability to meet customer needs was on the list at number 3. The purpose statement and core values were something that people highlighted as a strength. The quality of our work and the quality of the coworkers around us and their knowledge came in at number 5 on the list. Again, another very insightful thing. Our brand promise was number 6. The organization on our projects and the structure that we use in order to get our jobs done efficiently was noted. Another one is that it feels like a family, that we care for one another. That made the list. Included with that also is people that talked about being family oriented, and that we provided an environment where you could have a good work-life balance. That got highlighted. And the final 2 in the top 10 I want to bring up is continuous improvement, or lean was mentioned, and so was our in-house design build capabilities. So all 10 of those items got 20% or more of the responses back said them and highlighted them as strengths. Obviously, there were many more listed. We got a total of 43 unique responses, all of them good, all of them insightful. Many things get listed as a strength, and they're in a small corner of the company that only a couple people can notice anyways. Still strengths, still things that go well, but I'm not going to read to you all 43 of them. So weaknesses, again, as a company, we have some weaknesses, and one of the things that was encouraging is the list was shorter. It's also encouraging to know that, especially since one of our brand promise is about being approachable, and we try to be approachable, people weren't afraid to bring up weaknesses and tell us about those things that they see as areas in which World Electric can improve. So let me give you some feedback on what those were. Finding journeymen to hire and getting current journeymen our current apprentices to move to that journeyman level. That was seen as a weakness that we have here at World Electric, and we're going to try to work on that. Coworkers and everybody here buying into the World Electric way of doing things. That was seen as a weakness. Sometimes they said, although our design build was one of our strengths, our communication isn't the best, and it's something we can work on design build projects. Prefab was noted with a few minor things that people saw wrong and ways we can improve prefab. So that made the list on both strengths and weaknesses. The advertising, people think we could do more advertising. Again, training was number one strength. Some people said, they'd like more training at the foreman level, more Procore training, hands-on apprenticeship learning and training for new technologies all got mentioned. Far more people listed as a strength than a weakness, but it's again something where we think we can improve, and you're hopefully going to see us trying to improve that as we move forward. Some people had mentioned a lack of staffing inside of our regional offices. Our marketing reach, including the number of offices that we have, maybe the lack of customer base and the types of projects that we work on, and then inconsistencies in some of our project execution from one project to the next. And untapped coworker potential was another area that was mentioned there as weaknesses. So again, weaknesses were far outnumbered by strengths, but it's important that we got that and continue to bring forward anything people see as weaknesses and areas that we can improve on. So never thought that we were perfect, so I did expect some people to give those that feedback to us, and I appreciate getting it. I'm not going to go too far into the opportunities and threats. There were a lot of them, and they don't really roll up together in a summary quite as well as what the strengths and weaknesses do. People did talk about opportunities. They see economic growth. They see more work in the areas in which where we have offices. People talked about a chance to do more military or federal work. They think there's an ability, again, to expand in lots of places. And they also see opportunities for us to continue that cutting edge technology that we're already using to just continue to grow and to invest in technology. Threats, people did see some threats. They see competition from our competitors, obviously. There's new companies starting up all the time. People saw that as a threat. Economic conditions can be a threat. We've come into 2021. It looks pretty good on the horizon for World Electric and our backlog, but there's always a lot of uncertainty, does get seen as a threat. People talk about the changing government brings uncertainty to us out of Washington, D.C., so that can be a threat. But by far, the number one threat was labor shortage. Lack of journeymen, lack of being able to find people, and some turnover. People notice the most popular reason for turnover here at World Electric is retirements, and so a lot of us look around at some of the more seasoned people and we wonder, when they leave, who's going to fill in for them? And so that's a threat if we don't address that and work on our education and development of everybody else here, because we have people who are going to retire this year, and that'll be exciting, good for them, sad for us, but then it will provide some opportunities for the rest of us to fill in the voids there. So people thought it was a threat, and it's another thing for us to address. So I thank everybody. Again, 49 people sent in responses. It was fun to go through them. It was fun to, when I didn't understand them, to be able to follow up and ask for people's feedback again. And congratulations again to us and to everybody watching this video on achieving Step Diamond. It is exciting. It is might not mean much to you watching this, because if you haven't heard of it before, but it really is a meaningful accomplishment. So with that, I will turn it over to Trista, and she will give you the monthly updates on all the coworkers and the great people here at Woolmetric. Thank you.
Welcome to the February 2021 anniversary update and the new hires that we had in January. Crazy to believe that we are already in February of 2021. January kind of seemed to have flown by here. So we're going to go with the new hires first that we have in January. We had Stanton Huddleston, who was rehired on January 4th. He is coming back in his maintenance tech position down in Oklahoma. And then we also have Miles Griffith, who started with us on January 18th, and he is in Nebraska as a laborer in our prefab department there. And then we have Sarah Chapin, who started with us on January 18th as well. And Sarah is in Minnesota and working in human resources. So welcome them here to our team at Wilmar Electric. For anniversaries, in February, we have David Chapin, who on February 1st will have been here 30 years. And then we have Chad Merrick, who on the 19th of February will be here 14 years. And Chad is located in Oklahoma. And on the 2nd of February, we have Scott Robertson, who will be here 12 years. And we have Mike DeCarly in Oklahoma, who is a journeyman for us, and he will be here 11 years on the 17th of February. And then we have Caleb Dilley, who on the 9th of February will be here 6 years. Caleb works in the Nebraska office as a project engineer. And on the 19th of February, Brittany Bohati will be here 6 years, and Brittany is located again in Nebraska and works in the accounting department. And then on the 11th of February, we have Lucas Florin, and Lucas will be here 2 years. So thank you to all of you who have been celebrating an anniversary in the month of February. We thank you for all the work that you have done, and we look forward to another year. Enjoy your day.